sorrows behind. The new year now steps in. Let's see what joys it will bring. New year, new year. I wish you a happy new year. New year, new year. I wish you a happy new year. It's 1 minute to midnight, and joy seems to be man's greatest might. As the chimes of 12 fill the ear, man's joy will burst into a cheer. You a happy new year. New year, new year. I wish you a happy new year. I wish you a happy new year. I wish you a happy new year.
Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. High Court to rule Monday on Mohamed's challenge to extradition proceedings. SARABO-HALLEY, MAHIPAUL chastises PPPC government over unwillingness to convene parliament, says behavior is akin to abuse of power. Members of the Teaching Service Commission sworn in amid stalled election of opposition leader. President Ali reiterates Guyana's support for regional fight against transnational crime. And in sport, West RIUMVELT and Dolphin Secondary, Lady Royals, KANAIMAS, Road Warriors, SPARTA Boss secured semi-final spots in KASHIF and SHANGHAI FUTSAL tournament. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Wednesday, 31st December 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Happy old years to all of you. We will tell you this evening that the High Court judge has reserved his ruling in the legal battle surrounding the extradition proceedings against gold dealers Nizar Mohamed and Azruddin Mohamed, as their attorneys argue that the process being pursued by the magistrates' court breaches their constitutional right. Travis Chase reports.
At Tuesday's hearing in the High Court, Senior Counsel Roysdale Ford told Justice Navindra Singh that the extradition proceedings initiated at the request of the United States for Azruddin and Nizar Mohamed should not continue while serious legal questions remain unresolved. Ford argued that allowing the case to move forward in the magistrate's court could unfairly prejudice his clients, warning that they could end up in custody before the High Court has had the opportunity to rule on key constitutional issues surrounding the Fugitive Offenders Amendment Act.
We believe that the magistrates should stop, the proceedings should be halted, whilst the court makes a determination for a number of reasons. And I'll point them out. Firstly, in relation to the whole jurisprudence of the system, the court, the law and fairness, and determining the clarity of the law, Why should they be subject to errors which can be made by the magistrate? The magistrate has already indicated a position that she believes the legislation is unconstitutional.
He also raised concerns about public statements made by senior government officials, including the President, the Attorney General, and the Vice President, which he said have cast his clients in a negative light and threatened the fairness of the judicial process.
It would be a strange thing if you take the argument of the Attorney General to its logical conclusion that you could raise or seek to have a matter referred in the magistrate's court. The magistrate could say simply that we're not referring it, it's frivolous and vexatious, and you're forever deprived of your rights and protection. It's a strange and mind-boggling thing to think that an Attorney General will stand up in a court of law and say something so bizarre and ridiculous.
In a further submission, Ford claimed that Parliament's refusal to convene has prevented Azruddin Mohammed from assuming the post of Leader of the Opposition, a matter he said forms part of the broader constitutional concerns before the court. The defense also questioned the urgency surrounding the extradition request, noting that extradition matters in Guyana have historically taken years to resolve. Ford cited Regional Court of Appeal decisions from Trinidad and Tobago to support his position that such proceedings can be challenged before a committal process is completed. On the other side, Attorney General Anil Nandlal strongly opposed the application, arguing that the constitutional challenge is nothing more than a calculated attempt to stall the extradition process.
The extradition process, as I continue to say, has in it its own mechanism that allow for due process. So there is no need for these sideshows and freak shows. These are all intended, I believe, to abuse and to delay.
Justice Navindra Singh has set Monday for his ruling on the constitutional challenge. Meanwhile, extradition proceedings before Magistrate Judy Latchman are expected to continue on Tuesday. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Members of Parliament Tabita SARABO-HALLEY and Ganesh Mahipaul have criticized the Ali-led government for deliberately failing to convene another sitting of the National Assembly to allow businesses at that level to progress. Haley and Mahipaul are of the view that the government is doing this to avoid public scrutiny. Antonio Day has that story.
With just 1 day left in 2025, the government is yet to convene another sitting of the National Assembly. This move by the Ali-led government, according to Tabitha SARABO-HALLEY of the We Invest in Nationhood, is disconcerting and is an attempt to weaken the country's democratic institutions. The WIN Member of Parliament told Nightly News that the People's Progressive Party Civic evidently does not understand the pillars of democracy.
Heading into a new year, and the fact that the Speaker of the National Assembly, and not even the Speaker, but also the government, has not found it fitting to call for another sitting of the National Assembly.
The WIN Member of Parliament highlighted the government's reluctance to conduct a special session for the election of the opposition leader.
Because this is not a normal practice, and I don't think delay can be seen as just somebody forgetting the duty. I believe that the consequence is serious, that without Parliament sitting, we have, of course, reduced scrutiny of the public expenditure.
The incumbent continues to exhibit dictatorial behavior with a significant majority in the National Assembly and is attempting to evade financial oversight, Ms. SARABO-HALLEY stated. Meanwhile, when contacted by this newscast, Ganesh Mahipaul, a member of Parliament from the Partnership for National Unity, called the government out for executing projects which were not listed or budgeted for in the 2025 fiscal plan.
So it worries me as to where they're getting the money from to execute these projects, and is it a case where they are contracting contractors and will treat it as liabilities in the 2026 budget because they haven't come to Parliament after elections for any supplementary.
Mahipaul, who is APNU's spokesperson on local government and regional development, said that the state will now have to account for these monies, which were spent come 2026. The Member of Parliament said that the People's Progressive Party Civic's constant dictatorship may lead Guyana into serious problems.
I'm afraid the behavior of the PPP is leading us right now into a one-party rule, and we are noticing instead of an act of maturity to uphold our democracy with good governance, accountability, and transparency, a trading off of words between Azruddin Mohammed and PPP people whom he used to be very close with.
Antonio De reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Members of the Teaching Service Commission on Wednesday took the oath of office. The 7-member commission will be headed by Domati Singh. Marvin Cato has more.
The power to appoint persons as teachers in the public service and to remove and exercise disciplinary control over persons holding or acting in such offices.
That was President Irfan Ali as he administered the oath of office to the 7 members of the Teaching Service Commission on Wednesday at the office of the President.
Today, in the government, we have embarked on one of the largest investment in the education sector. Investment not only in buildings, but investment in the quality of teachers.
President Ali reminded that his government has laid the groundwork and will be building on the investments in the past to ensure teachers are properly taken care of. He highlighted that 2,700 senior vacancies are yet to be filled, paving the way for the Commission to hit the ground running and commence the elevation of teachers to those senior roles.
Not only are we concerned about the improvement in the welfare, working environment, and conditions of service for our teachers, but we want to see them having access to accelerated opportunities.
No sooner was the commissioner sworn in, it was pointed out by pundits that the leader of the opposition is yet to be elected. However, the president went ahead and appointed the entire commission, since it can be categorized that there is a case of the doctrine of necessity, and that was ruled on during the president's first term in office. 3 of 7 members who should have been appointed upon consultation with the opposition leader were appointed to the commission in the absence of an opposition leader. The process of appointing constitutional officers without the appointment of an opposition leader was deemed legal in a ruling handed down by the then Chief Justice Acting, Justice Roxanne George. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Join us after the break. We have more news for you.
I'm sorry. I couldn't take any more of your gaslighting. Just go. I got burned too many times. I went to Quartz and found myself a new flame.
Say goodbye to your old appliances and hello to new ones from Quartz, bringing Christmas home.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Make your home look great with sash windows from Gaffurs. They're fitted with 4mm thick glass, with a male and female frame that's easy to join. Comes with a built-in mosquito screen. You can adjust the opening for ventilation to suit yourself. And it has a safety locking mechanism too. Yes, Gaffurs sash windows not only look good, they've got all the great features that make them the best design in windows anywhere. Get Gaffurs sash windows for the perfect fit and finish for your home from the MacDoom Mega Store and Gaffurs outlets at Porica, Means, Land of Canaan, Rose Hall, Beatty, Kanji, and Diamond. Call 223-9896 for more information anytime. Gaffurs, the name you can trust.
GECOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE, if you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025, and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Sunday, January 18, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact the GECOM on 2250-278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy. GECOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors PLE in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Sunday, January 18, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact the GECOM on 2250-278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Krishna Rolf Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Manripo, East Coast, and Marara, or call 220-9624-629-4021 or 619-7880. At Krishna Rolf Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Thanks for staying with us. You with the HGP Nightly News as we continue. In a strongly worded statement, the Guyana Police Force has warned individuals and businesses to desist from participating in the illegal sale, purchase, possession, and use of firecrackers and other explosive devices. Marvin Cato explains.
In a strongly worded statement, the police force reminded individuals and businesses of their participation in the illegal sale, possession, and use of firecrackers and other explosive devices. The force cited serious public safety concerns. According to the force, this period of transitioning from the old to the new year traditionally sees an increase in the use of firecrackers, which has, in the past, resulted in grievous bodily injuries. Their statement highlighted that, quote-unquote, there have been past instances where both children and adults suffered grievous injuries due to the use of firecrackers. We therefore urge all to exercise care and caution and to act responsibly when deciding whether to purchase or use these items. The police force further noted that persons found selling or in possession of illegal explosives will face prosecution under Section 13.1 and 13.2 of the Explosive Act, Chapter 1606. They reminded that the sale, purchase, and possession of explosives without permission from the minister are strictly prohibited. Therefore, anyone found selling or distributing these items without the required permit from the appropriate authority according to the force will be dealt with in accordance with the law. Regional commanders across the country were instructed to maintain and strengthen enforcement efforts aimed at preventing the distribution of firecrackers and similar devices. These efforts include seizures where evidence of illegal sales is found, as well as raids and searches based on intelligence received. Meanwhile, animal welfare advocates are pleading with the nation to be considerate and not use firecrackers as Guyanese prepare to welcome the new year. In a heartfelt message, they called on the government of Guyana, businesses, and the citizens to choose compassion over noise during celebrations. The organization highlighted the distress caused to animals during firework displays and also pointed out that fireworks negatively affect vulnerable groups such as the elderly, the sick, and young children. The group is therefore urging the public to be considerate and empathetic and to help protect those who cannot protect themselves. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
President Irfan Ali says Guyana has made steady progress in power generation, but admits the electricity sector is still under strain with deep-seated issues in management, production and distribution, at the Guyana Power and Light. Travis Chase has that story.
President Ali acknowledged that while investments are paying off in some areas, the national grid is still not delivering the level of reliability Guyanese expect. He pointed to ongoing weaknesses within the Guyana Power and Light's management structure, challenges in distributing electricity across a rapidly expanding housing network, and limits in current production capacity.
So on the power side, there has been improvement, still not where we want it to be. There is still weaknesses in the management that we are addressing. There are challenges from the distribution side. There are challenges from the production side.
The president also addressed delays in the highly anticipated gas-to-energy project, conceding that the setback has added pressure to an already stretched system. He said the government is now targeting late 2026 for the project to begin delivering power, but warned that success depends heavily on whether transmission and distribution infrastructure is completed in time.
So you have a transmission issue, we have a production issue, and yes, we had a delay on the gas assurance. We acknowledge this. Is it where we want it to be? No. But today we have a plan.
Electricity demand, he says, has surged in recent years, driven by new housing schemes and increased economic activity, with tens of thousands of homes being added to the grid every few years.
But why it is not there? It is not there because the entire transmission network has to be redone. And we are doing that right now. That's an investment maybe of close to $600 million US.
The president explained that urgent upgrade, particularly the long-awaited power cable across the Demerara River, is now critical, not only for electricity stability, but for broader economic activity, including shipping and port operations.
The tens of thousands of new homes that are coming on every 2-3 years to the grid on the same system. We now have to move at a rapid pace to have the cable across the Demerara River completed. Because it's not only affecting the power in sector now, it's affecting our ability to bring ship in.
Despite the challenges, the president said government remains heavily invested in fixing the system, stressing that long-term plans are in place to strengthen production, modernize transmission, and improve distribution nationwide. Power reliability, acknowledged, has been a decade-old problem, and while temporary measures such as renting power ships have provided some relief, he said lasting solutions are still being built. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Accountability is now in focus after discrepancies were uncovered in Guyana's driver's licensing process. President Irfaan Ali says action is imminent against those culpable. Tiana Cole is on that story.
President Irfaan Ali has issued a strong warning to public officials, signaling that dismissals are imminent after what he described as alarming irregularities were uncovered in Guyana's vehicular licensing system. The head of state said an internal review compared license issued by the Guyana Revenue Authority, GRA, with records of applicants who passed the required theoretical and practical examinations revealed deeply troubling discrepancies.
We are building accountability within the system itself. Early in January, you will see a lot of people being sent home. We have just completed examining the records of all the licenses issued at GRA versus how many persons pass the theoretical test and how many pass the practical test. And I can tell you, the results is alarming.
Under established procedures, applicants are required to successfully complete a theoretical examination before being permitted to sit the practical driving test. President Ali said that this basic safeguard has been repeatedly ignored.
You can't go on to the practical if you don't pass the theory. But guess how we were able to achieve that? Because the exams is now digitized. So you write the exam electronically, and the results is done electronically. It's reducing that human bias.
Earlier this month, the president, in revealing the full scale of the problem, announced that the government intends to publish the names of individuals who obtained practical driving certificates without ever passing the mandatory theoretical examination. Those individuals, he said, will be given 6 weeks to voluntarily surrender their certificates and restart the process before enforcement measures take effect. Ali also disclosed that investigations conducted by the Guyana Revenue Authority, the Ministry of Public Service, the Ministry of Government Efficiency and Implementation, and the Ministry of Home Affairs uncovered widespread irregularities throughout the licensing system. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Join us after the break. We have more news for you.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we're celebrating with big savings on smartphones, starting as low as $16,500 for the Samsung A06 and $26,500 for the Samsung A16 and $40,500 for the A26. But wait, there's more. Get 1 month free data with your new phone to keep you close to loved ones near and far. Offer available while stocks last. Visit a Digicel store today and unwrap the gift of real connections. Digicel.
The highly anticipated gas-to-energy project is quickly nearing completion. The construction of the 300-megawatt power plant is approximately 80% complete, and all foundation work is expected to be completed by the end of 2025. With a workforce of over 400 personnel, the project is slated to deliver reliable and more affordable electricity by mid-2026. The project also targets local fertilizer production, cutting costs for farmers and supplying the nation with more affordable cooking gas. Since oil production started offshore, long-term investments have opened doors for Guyanese, shaping the industry and local economy for generations to come.
Happy holidays, everyone. Wham the max. Going on with it. Done by. What by? The pepper don't smell like Christmas start.
Yeah, boy, it just done. But let me double check that I turn off this stove, because you know that's how kitchen fire to start. Safety first.
I'm sorry, I couldn't take any more of your gaslighting. Just go. I got burned too many times. I went to Quartz and found myself a new flame.
Say goodbye to your old appliances and hello to new ones from Quartz, bringing Christmas home.
You are with HGP Nightly News. While it remains supportive of indigenous villages like Chinese Landing, which is currently facing challenges of land titling and gold mining activities on ancestral lands, the Amerindian Peoples Association says it will continue to mount pressure on those in authority to be more active in regularizing these issues at hand. Antonio Day has that story.
The village of Chinese Landing in Region 1, Brimumawaini, is still faced with the problem of regaining full control over their ancestral lands. Even as gold miners continue to occupy lands in Chinese Landing, villagers are threatened when they object to these violations. Jean LaRose, Executive Director of the Amerindian Peoples Association, APA, said that while the organization has its role to play in offering support to villages such as Chinese Landing, she has questioned the proactivity of the government.
They have had issues with their
mining happening on their title lands, and that is one of the first things that the state should recognize. You have threats to the security of the people, threats to their livelihood, threats to their economies taking place, and all of these need to be rectified.
At the 2025 National Tushaw Council Conference, Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat had addressed the long-standing mining issue in Chinese land in Region 1. It was reported by one publication that the application was still pending at the Ghana Geology and Mines Commission, and it is only for the Tushaw or leader of Chinese landing to go to GGMC to complete that application. In 2010, GGMC issued a cease work order against Vera's operation. Vera had violated the 2006 Amerindian Act by mining without the community's permission. However, he successfully challenged the cease work order before the High Court, where it determined that the order could only be issued in relation to breaches concerning the Mining Act and not the Amerindian Act. This decision was then appealed, and again, Vera won. The government had challenged the matter before the Caribbean Court of Justice, and it had ruled in favor of Vera's rights to mining concession. The Rose, however, told Nightly News that the lives of many villagers continue to be negatively impacted.
Any conscientious government will listen to these communities and understand how the little children are suffering in terms of not being able to have the schooling, necessary schooling and so forth, in the way that they've had they been able to keep their economy going.
Antonio D reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Guyana has reaffirmed its commitment to combating transnational crime. President Irfan has emphasized the need for collective, regional and international action. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
President Irfan on Tuesday once again reiterated Guyana's full support for regional and international efforts to eradicate drug trafficking, gold smuggling, and other forms of illicit activities across the region. The head of state noted that during several CARICOM meetings, regional leaders consistently raised concerns about criminal networks exploiting maritime and airspace routes, prompting calls for decisive action.
I support completely every action taken to eradicate drug trafficking, terrorism, gold smuggling within this region.
President Ali Ford emphasized that Guyana remains firmly committed to working alongside regional partners to confront and dismantle these transnational criminal networks.
It undermines democracy, it undermines freedom, it supports corruption, it destroys societies.
Addressing drug trafficking and smuggling in particular, the president said government will continue to maintain strong collaboration with the United States and other international stakeholders to curb transnational crimes.
The U.S. have a solid partner in Guyana in the fight against those forms of criminality.
Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
Say hello to your new favorite sip, Fruta Mango Passion. This tropical combo of mango and passion fruit delivers a bold flavor and wholesome goodness. It's fruity, it's vibrant, and it fits right into your day. Grab your Mango Passion can today and live fruitfully. Fruta.
Step into the world of luxury scent. Latafa, Al Haramain, Afnan, Armaf, Zamaya. Whether you want something intense and captivating, or subtle and signature-worthy, our new collection has the perfect scent for you. Giftland Office Max. Discover the scent of true elegance.
It's Christmas at Survival Supermarket, and our year-end promotion is bigger than ever. For every $5,000 you spend, you can win one of 30 prizes. one of 4 Samsung double-door refrigerators, one of 4 Samsung washing machines, one of 4 Samsung 58-inch televisions, one of 4 Members Mark sofa sets, one of 4 portable music systems, one of 4 grocery vouchers valued $50,000 each, and one of 3 sets of car rims, and one of 3 trips to local resorts. The Survival Christmas promotion begins December 4th, with the final drawing on December 23rd, 2026, and the grand presentation on January 30th at our new Little Diamond supermarket. Yes, this Christmas, spend $5,000 and enter to win fantastic prizes at all branches of Survival Supermarket. Happy holidays and great shopping to you all.
GECOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE, if you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025, and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can make a claim for registration, change or correction to your particulars, or you can object to the inclusion of anyone who you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GECOM registration offices will open Mondays to Fridays from 8 to 18 hours, Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact the GECOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Happy holidays, everyone. Wham Max. Going on with it. Done by. What by? The pepper don't smell like Christmas start.
Yeah, boy, it just done. But let me double check that I turn off this stove because you know that's how kitchen fire to start. Safety first.
Good evening and welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Regional News. President Donald Trump said that the U.S. had hit an area in Venezuela where boats are loaded with drugs, marking the first known time Washington has carried out land operations in Venezuela since the pressure campaign began against President Nicolas Maduro's government. Quote unquote, there was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs, Trump said. It was not immediately clear what target was hit, nor which part of the U.S. government acted. Asked if the CIA had carried out the attack, Trump said, quote unquote, I don't want to say that. I know exactly who it was, but I don't want to say who it was. Trump has previously said that he has authorized the CIA to carry out covert operations in Venezuela. On a radio show last week, Trump made a vague comment about an apparent U.S. operation against a big facility in Venezuela. Trump's administration has overseen a massive U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean, including more than 15,000 troops. Children's advocate and national reporter on trafficking in persons, Diane Gordon Harrison, says that women are gradually assuming a more dominant role in human trafficking. She noted that while men are predominantly identified as the main perpetrators, women are quote-unquote appearing as traffickers themselves or as very significant players within the human trafficking syndicate or organization. They assist with the recruitment and so on. They assist with the orientation as to what the new recruits must do if they are going to have the business operate and bring in profit. So we see that women are really using their nurturing side for a not-so-good purpose, she said. Described as a form of modern-day slavery, human trafficking is a serious crime that involves exploiting people for profit through the use of force, fraud, or coercion. It is considered a violation of human rights and affects millions of men, women, and children globally, including within their own countries. Information from the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, indicates that globally, about 40% of people convicted for human trafficking are women, which is a much higher rate of female participation than in most other forms of organized crime. And now for some international news. The search for the wreckage of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 was set to resume Tuesday, more than a decade after the plane went missing with 239 people on board in one of the world's greatest aviation mysteries. The U.S. marine robotics company Ocean Infinity will conduct seabed search operations intermittently for 55 days as part of its agreement with the Malaysian government, the country's Ministry of Transport said in a statement this month. The company will use underwater vehicles, deep-sea drones, and advanced scanning technology across a 6,000 square mile swath of the Indian Ocean seabed. It is unclear whether Ocean Infinity has no evidence of the location of the plane, a Boeing 777 that vanished from air traffic radar on March 8, 2014, less than an hour after departing for Beijing from the Malaysian capital, carrying 239 passengers and crew. 2/3 of the missing passengers were Chinese, with Malaysians and Americans among the other nationalities on board. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Let's now join Delwyn Neblet for HGP's Sports Pulse.
Good evening, Guyana. I'm Delwyn Neblet with your HGP TV Sports Pulse for today, Wednesday, December 31st, 2025. We begin tonight with football. Action resumed in the 2025 KASHIF and Shanghai President's Futsal Championship with semi-final fixtures across all categories at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall on Tuesday. In schoolboys action, West RIUMVELDT Secondary defeated Westminster Secondary in match number 1, while DOLPHIN Secondary defeated the New Central High School in match number 2. In women's action, match number 1 was a victory for the Lady Royals over Street Vibes, while the KANAIMAS secured victory over Westside in match number 2. In the first senior men's semi-final, Road Warriors secured a victory over Bomb Squad in a keenly contested fixture, while Ben Street secured a hard-fought victory over defending champion Sparta Boss in semi-final number 2. All winners will now advance to their respective finals, as the losers will feature in a third-place playoff when tournament action concludes at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall in Georgetown on Friday. With action set to conclude on Friday, January 2nd, 2026, the third KASHIF and Shanghai President's Futsal Championship has garnered further tangible support from local businesses, the Queensway Group of Companies, and Bakewell Bakery. Both companies recently confirmed their financial backing for the tournament during short official presentations. Senior executives and company representatives witnessed the sponsorship handover conducted in the presence of KASHIF and Shanghai directors, Kashif Mohammed and Aubrey Shanghai Major. More in football action is set to conclude in the 2025 Ghana Football Federation Super 16 Cup with 2 fixtures at the National Training Center in Providence on Thursday. Match number 1, commencing at 18:30, will see the Ghana Defence Force FC take on the Ghana Police Force FC in the third place playoff, while match number 2 features the Western Tigers FC versus Slingers FC in the grand finale. Still in football, action is also set to conclude in the Upper Demerara Football Association Banks DIH Christmas Futsal Championship with 2 fixtures at the Retrieve Hard Court in Linden on Thursday. Top 20 take on Blueberry Hill United in the third place playoff, while Botafogo and Capital FC will do battle in the championship final. And finally, in cricket, Precision Sports, founded by Guyanese-based Trinidadian Nadia Andrews, recently launched their Skills Challenge at the Georgetown Cricket Club ground in Boda. Players from various clubs across Guyana, including Devon Lord, Jay Farrell, Jonty Thomas, and Antony Pamal, came out to test themselves against the clock and a circuit of seemingly basic drills. In the ultimate test of stamina, strength, skill, and willpower, the Precision Sports Skills Challenge, based on the testimony of the initial participants, is definitely a constructive way for cricketers of all ages to test their fitness levels and can also be used to foster healthier lifestyles among players. That's it for this edition of the HGP TV Sports Pulse. I'm Delwyn Neblet, reminding you to stay in the game.
High Court to rule Monday on Mohamed's challenge to extradition proceedings. SARABO-HALLEY MAHIPAUL chastises PPPC government over unwillingness to convene a parliament, says behavior is akin to abuse of power. Members of the Teaching Service Commission sworn in amid stalled election of opposition leader. President Ali reiterates Guyana's support for regional fight against transnational crime. And in sport, West RIUMVELT and Dolphin secondary Lady Royals, KANAIMAS, Road Warriors, SPARTA Boss secured semi-final spots in KASHIF and Shanghai's football tournament. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA Grant. Thanks for watching.
joys and sorrows behind. The new year now steps in. Let's see what joys it will bring. New year, I wish you a happy New Year. New year, I wish you a happy New Year. It's 1 minute to midnight, and joy seems to be man's greatest might. As it shines up well